Fluffies! Were you wondering what was happening in the world of Hello Kitty Island Adventure because you could not read the Discord? Fear not, I'm here, I read it for you, and here's the review of what happened last week in the official news of Hello Kitty Island Adventure. First of all, very good news. The Steam page has arrived and you can already pre-order it, not like save it, like wishlist it, and there's tons of photo and something super interesting. Look at this photo. There is a gray flower. I don't think it's an issue of color or anything because all the other colors look great. I think this is a hint that maybe we will get gray and maybe black flowers in the future, but when? We don't know yet because the other clothing are ones from the past and nothing from the future, so we'll see. Remember, some outfits were locked after the cutscenes that you could not change your character into, and Phoebe said this is a fix we are working on right now. Thank you guys. So now, there's a lot of discussion about the Give and Gather celebration this year. It started actually today when I filmed this video, but there have been talking about how it will go for a while in the Discord last week. Concerning Give and Gather this year, there are slightly different things for players this year. Year 1 refers to any player who did not play Hello Kitty Island Adventure during 2023. Year 2 refers to any player who played at all during Give and Gather 2023. You did not even need to participate, all you needed to do was log in during that 6 weeks last year. Year 2, so player who played also last year. An all-new storyline through cutscenes with cinema roll with a reward at the end of the storyline that will not be revealed yet. A new item when exchanging dedicated gifts. Last year it was sweaters, this year it's something new, and Tuxedo-san will have sweaters in his store. And the year 1 players will receive last year's storyline through cutscenes with cinema roll and sweaters with exchanging dedicated gifts. Both types of players will receive a new event currency when exchanging gifts, that's the gumdrops. Tuxedo-san will have the gingerbread outfit items in his store, the one that I'm wearing now. My Melody will have gingerbread furniture items in her store, and both of them can be bought with gumdrops. And the same calendar and calendar items for year 1 and year 2 people. Some other event stuff that will not be revealing right now. And new furniture items from giving generic gifts. We get new ornament gifts and things that are in blue and glitter and gold and everything. The calendar items and some other event stuff that will be not revealing now. I'm not sure because we just started. And players will be able to open their Give and Gather gifts whenever they want during the event. The character gifts will be open at the end of the event. So on December 25th, you can open the gifts that you receive from giving the specific character gifts. Year 1 players will get the sweater and year 2 players will get the new thing that we don't know what it is yet. If you miss some sweaters, you can buy them at Tuxedo-san if you played last year. If you did not play last year, you will not find them because you will only get the sweaters from the gifts. And you can open some gifts at any moment, and that's where the furniture from this year are for everybody. Then Phoebe said, this new event format is something that we are experimenting with. If players do not like this, we will not continue with this in the future. You will not be permanently left behind. Phoebe said, the mechanics of the event will not change based on the year, but the cutscenes and character gifts will. Character gifts, okay. This means if you played last year, you will be receiving different cutscenes from first-time players. This is so it's not a rehash of the cutscenes that you received last year, so you aren't going, wait, I already know all of this. It's a new storyline. If you did not collect all the sweaters last year, you are able to purchase them in the event shop. Sweaters are considered only on 1 items, so once you purchase them, you cannot purchase another. If this is your first year, you will not see the sweaters because you will get them organically through the event. There are no specific notes about the limited quantities for the new items exclusive to year 2 players, but I will get a confirmation. We will also have a catch-up mechanic for gift giving if you missed up to 3 days. Think of this like the bows you missed accumulated on your Seaside Resort Plaza for Hello Kitty 50th anniversary for missing a few days of gameplay. I understand the frustration over certain things being different for New Year and all the players. This is a new system we're trying for players to experiment events in different way, and we will love feedback once Give and Gather officially starts. Now another question about the 50th anniversary from Hello Kitty, and Phoebe said we will be doing a different event that will allow these items to return. They'll return. It just may be a slightly different event because it's not her 50th anniversary anymore. In any case, if you keep playing, you will get everything. Don't worry guys, it's not one of many other games like that. Honestly, I don't remember seeing any other game that if you miss an event, you can get it again. Most of the time is like, bad luck, next year we'll have something new at all. So honestly, I think they're being so generous of finding a way to give you all the things again. About Phoebe's work and bugs. We have a whole section in our management software for community reported bugs. They are the ones I usually write about for Heads Up. I also do weekly feedback wrap-up with some of the feedback that has been submitted to our feedback channel. For ease of access, I'm trying to condense some of the feedback into larger forums, such as for clothing and furniture requests, because that'll make it easier for both players and me to find certain requests or desires. Phoebe said, we nonetheless thank you for your thoughts and appreciate any feedback you may have. I understand how players are feeling about the recent event change, which is why Meave has created a thread with questions from anyone who has their thoughts about it. My goal as a link between the developer team and the community is to facilitate that feedback. I do hope that going forward everyone can feel comfortable expressing their opinions, thoughts and feedback about various parts of the game without anyone instigating any fights with one another over any of this. I hope my words, albeit short, can be a bit helpful. I want to be helpful in answering questions, having players recover any of their data, which I think I figured out a good way to get players their missing items back. It's worked a few times, it might be good. And was collecting any thoughts of players. That being said, about the missing item parts, if you ever find any of your items are somehow missing, you can create a private thread with me and let me know about it, or you can submit to support@sunblink.com if that is any bit easier. If you lost your save or anything. If you ever need to uninstall, I would recommend making a support code right before. I'm able to recover people's save data a lot of the time, but sometimes that data is no longer available to me. We have a few save games with varying amounts of progress for players in case we're unable to recover your data, so no one has to do it entirely from scratch. We understand that data loss is super demotivating and frustrating, so we have those saves so player can get back on track without feeling the need to start over again. This is so sweet. Do you know any other games who does that? Honestly, I've never heard of this in any other game. We can find your save data through the support codes. While your achievements and such may be connected through Game Center, save data is not associated with that. This is also why we always recommend keeping your iCloud space open. And usually if there are weird discrepancies with your save data, I do send it to our engineers in case I fear there's a bigger issue behind data loss. I do this with all games I play because I'm paranoid, or perhaps I'm just thorough. I make sure they're linked to at least 4+ social media if there are games that functions like this, or I try to create save data that I can save and send to support in the future if need be. We save our data through your iCloud. It should be there as long as you don't clear out your cloud data, whether of all or specifically for HKIA. But again, you can be like me and be paranoid. For another game I play, I have my data linked to a Facebook, a Twitter, my email, my Game Center, and my Apple ID, just in case. But again, that's me being a little silly about it. Nonetheless, where your data should be saved through iCloud, as long as you don't interfere with this, saving a support code before you delete the app or do any offloading is just an extra step of caution. About languages in the Discord. Phoebe said, I'll chime in with some experience I have from other servers and not as Sunblink if that's alright. I do moderation work for another video game and we have a lot of channels for other languages. Unfortunately, we do not have enough mods that are fluent or know enough to monitor these channels, so they sometimes run wild. Our company asks us to keep these channels, so this is not our moderation team's fault. They would typically only ping us in case of fights or disruption, which can still be difficult to deal with when using a translator, since not everything translates properly with machine translation. It makes moderation for both our team and our community helpers easier that way, so we do not have to translate every message in case there are issues. Something super cool. We have some really cool Icy Peak stuff in the future that I'm excited for. Won't reveal what it is to any degree yet, but that place will get some love soon. Hopefully 2.2 in December. That would make sense, honestly. Yeah, we've seen in the past somebody said that it would be cool to have cabins there, and Chelsea said soon, so I'm pretty sure 2.2 for the winter that we'll get something for this area, definitely. And now more about the event flower from the Give and Gather. Those are the poinsettias, and these flowers are native to Merry Meadow, but they can be grown also in the Spooky Swamp and Seaside Resort. They only spawn in the Merry Meadow, but you can also put them in the Spooky Swamp and Seaside Resort. Good to know. And Cookie-chan asked, I would like to request a hint about the flower pattern. And Phoebe said 3 patterns. And then she said, I mean, there are no new patterns. I mean, there are patterns that already exist in the game. So there will be 3 patterns that already exist in the game that could be in this. And she said, oh, why not reveal it? You can see that there is the ombre and the speckled. It can be crossbred for iridescent. I think that Chelsea said that iridescent could be for everything. So you can do those 3 patterns and it will be a specific pattern or effect for the specific flower that we don't know yet. I'm hoping it's glitter. It would make sense with everything else glitter this season. We'll see. And as you may know, Chelsea had her baby and she had to come back from her maternity leave to tell people to be nice to the mods and to Phoebe and clarify a little bit how things works behind the scene at Sunblink. Somebody said that Sunblink is only doing this Discord for PR, and Chelsea came out of maternity leave to clarify. This is in no way for PR. Nor do we have the budget for additional staffing, and if we did, it would absolutely go towards the development of the game versus community management. This Discord was a way for us to enable players to connect with each other and for us to be able to communicate with folks and get feedback. It is not support, it is not PR, it is not customer service. It is a convenience for us and players that is becoming increasingly less convenient for us. Steph is absolutely correct that we would be far more likely to shut it down and have in fact discussed exactly this than to put budget there that would go much further being poured towards main development. Getting a fantastic community and support intern was a major step for us, and we support Phoebe fully and completely. We aren't going to tolerate any harassment or belittling of her or her work. She puts community feedback in front of the other developers. How/whether that feedback gets addressed, prioritized, or responded to is entirely out of her control. Now I'm going to go back to taking care of a newborn. Please everyone be kind to our volunteer mod and Phoebe. Then Carter said, if not having the Discord will free up more budget for development, I say shut it down. And Chelsea said sadly it would not. So this was all the news for the past 10 days. And if you want to see everything about the Give and Gather celebration event this year, there will be the video over here. And if you want to see how I made this Give and Gather celebration outfit from last year, click on the video here for the DIY. Bye bye!